Hey guys, welcome to the first video of a new series I'm going to start. I have two passions as far as food goes, and that one of them is growing it and the other, of course, is eating it. So I'm going to start a new series, and it's going to be about my backyard garden. So if you think you don't have space for a garden, I'm going to say that you probably do. You can grow a few things, even in containers. I have a tiny backyard in this new house, so I'm going to make the best of it. And then as I harvest some things, I'm going to show you what to do with it so you can eat what you grow. And along the way, I'm going to teach you tricks, I'm going to teach you tips on how to have a successful backyard garden and container garden. And as we begin to harvest things, I will show you how to cook them up and eat them. That way you can eat what you grow, right? Then at the very end of the season, I'm going to put out a cookbook, a two-part cookbook. The first part is going to be all the tips that I've learned and picked up along the way on how to grow successfully. And the second half will be on how to eat it, or how to cook it up and eat it, so that nothing goes to waste. All right, let's get this party started. The first thing we're going to talk about today is pollinators. You must have pollinators to help produce tomatoes, anything that blooms and produces fruit or veg. Got to have pollinators. What's the best way to attract pollinators of all kinds? That is with flowers. So, in addition to making your yard and your patio or wherever look nice with flowers, they serve two purposes. One is aesthetics, of course, and the other one is to attract pollinators. And I have quite the variety of flowers that my wife and I just picked up today. And we're going to plant some that are really for decoration, but also for attracting pollinators as well. Another thing which is good is a beehive. Let me show you my beehive. So that's my wee little beehive. I have it on top of my fence. I have it kind of screwed down. Now it's not really a hive that's going to generate bees that have honey. This is more for single bees that do not belong to a hive. They will go in here and they will lay eggs, and once they do, they will stop it up with mud. So you can see I have no residents right now in my bee hotel. The only rule with this is they have to be within 10 feet of some kind of mud. So as we scale down the fence, you'll see some of my containers. So in this one, it will be peppers, more peppers. I'm not 100% sure. But here, I've already started onions, and I planted some radish seed. And look at these cool cork little identifiers my wife made. Awesome. So there's mud, there's a beehive. Now here, we're going to stair step pots down this little bitty hill, and then here is the crowning glory. My one little raised bed, it's 4x4. I'm going to have a lot of tomatoes in here. You can also see that I bordered it with onions all the way around. Now why do I want to do onions? There's two very good reasons why you want to do onions in your garden, especially around tomatoes. One, onions are great. They're awesome. Two, they work as a pest control, not only from bugs that don't like the smell of onions, but rabbits and stuff like that. So, two reasons, and they're very good ones. You're going to see the tomato thing. Wait till you see my tomato episode. You're going to be blown away. I've gathered so much information. It's going to be awesome. So first things first, let's get some of these pollinating flowers into this really attractive bin my wife picked up. So this is what my wife selected, that we're going to keep this sitting right here on this end table outside on our patio. It's tin, it's galvanized tin that's been painted. You can see no holes in the bottom. Normally you would punch holes in the bottom for drainage. However, we're not doing that today. What we're going to do is, on each end, we're going to drill a hole about 1 inch up. What that is going to do is allow down here to maintain some water, so on super hot days, it won't dry out on you and your flowers die. But if it rains, they won't drown, because once it hits this point here, there will be drainage happening. So let's drill some holes. Now then, you see the hole right there. We are going to put rocks in the bottom of this to allow for drainage to take place, but I'm only going to do it at the two ends that there's holes. Let me show you. So you can see I have rocks covering up the drainage holes, and this will filter out the dirt so that it won't get clogged up and not allow proper drainage. They won't get clogged up due to these rocks and allow proper drainage. Hey Mabel, say hi to the camera. So let's put in some good dirt here. What do you say? I have some Kellogg's organic potting soil. Actually, it's garden soil, because I'm going to do halves. So we're going to put half of this, and you can see all the good organic material. So the first part is going to be this really rich organic garden soil. You can see it has all this good stuff in it that's going to help maintain moisture and not allow it to dry out. And then the rest of it's going to be potting soil. But first, we're going to put our flowers in here the way that they need to be potted. So I'm going to have Mrs. Dick come over, and she is going to place things in here where she wants them, and then I'll stick them in the ground and finish them off. So my wife, the professional flower arranger, has selected where she wants everything. And she did it based on color, and she did it based on how tall they get. So all these in the middle, they either hang over or they droop, and all these in the back get very tall. Let's talk about transplanting. You want to put your fingers in between and then squeeze it out. And then you're just going to disturb, not really break, but disturb these roots. We're going to put it right in its place. Alrighty. It's best to do these when they're dry too. So again, not two shabs. So we're going to put those in there. And the back row's almost done. And then the last one. Let's look inside. Oh, also, these, save them, recycle them, reuse them, plant seeds, grow your food. So you can see inside here, there is actually plenty of room in between. So now I'm going to take potting soil, and I'm going to pack it in between everything. The potting soil is just a little softer, and it allows those roots really to take off, which is why I'm using a combination of both. And once you start getting it in there, just kind of pack it in between, get it going down, and voila, one flower bed down. More to go. But these are going to do such good work when it comes to pollinating and attracting those things that will pollinate the garden, which is my part of the deal here that I'm after, because I want to grow food. Because that's what I'm all about.